This is RAINBOLT, possibly the best geoguesser to ever live.
South Korea. Belgium.
He knows more about maps than anyone else. The things he knows will blow your mind.
That was insane. Are you cheating? How do you know exactly where it's at?
Oh, we're finished. We're finished.
How is it Thailand? Like, how the bro, I don't know what to do.
And I might be about to make the biggest mistake of my life because I decided to challenge him to decide my next adventure. Using his insane knowledge of the world, all he had to do was choose a set of coordinates and I had to try to get there no matter what. It could be up insane mountains, remote islands, literally anywhere. The only rules were it had to be somewhere in Norway. But with Norway being one of the wildest and most remote countries in the world, I knew this was not going to be easy. However, nothing could have prepared me for what I was about to face. I'm a little bit nervous to meet him, to be honest. Yeah, I've been watching a lot of his videos and he seems like a really cool guy. Yeah, how you doing? Thanks for joining this video. And I'm a huge fan of your work.
Likewise.
So are you in Thailand or where are you?
I'm in Bangkok. You're in...
I'm in Norway, Oslo.
Oslo, okay.
You can't tell by the background?
Oh yeah, black pixels in the back make me. And so you basically just told me you want to go to coordinates in Norway, and it's up to me to decide where you go, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I thought about it for a while, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And I know kind of places that you've been in Norway because I've watched your videos, and I kind of get the gist of what you kind of usually like to do. Mm-hmm. And I thought what could I do that would be different? And you have no idea where I'm going with this, do you?
No idea.
Okay, are you nervous or
Yeah, I am a little bit nervous. The thing is, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get there.
I guess just for context on myself is I love Street View, right? I love looking at all these different blue lines on Street View.
Yeah, no.
And the privilege of looking at, being able to click in anywhere in Norway and being like, wow, that is sick. And you can see mountains all over the place. And so I thought to myself, if I had the privilege of, getting someone to any coordinate possible in Norway, why not send them to statistically the most remote place in Norway that is the furthest point from any single blue line on this Norway map? So me and a couple friends downloaded 100,000 Norway locations and put it through a script that gave us the exact coordinates of the most remote place in Norway. So these coordinates are statistically the furthest away from any official Google Street View coverage or any uploaded photo onto Google.
Right, okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1.
Okay. That is cool. All right, okay, that's my location.
38 to 40 kilometers from the closest road.
That is going to be pretty far because I not only one way and get picked up, I also have to get back from there.
The thing about this is that you're going to need a boat.
Yeah, okay.
Because there's so much water to get here.
The lakes look small, but they're probably larger than they look, right? And there are also quite a bit of wildlife. I think there are bears up there as well. I'm pretty sure where you put the needle right now, no one has been to ever.
Selfishly, I want you to go here so I can see videos of what this place looks like, because I have no idea.
Okay, so for research purposes or to train your skills.
Yeah, there's some videos down here in this national park down here, but I couldn't find any videos close to this. There's literally, I don't think anyone's ever touched here.
I think this whole thing is going to take me about a week, back and forth.
Do you think it's possible?
Yeah, I mean, anything is possible, but yeah, it is a bigger mission than I thought. But I'm going to give it an attempt. Yeah, I might try to call you though during my expedition where I can show you the surroundings, and then based on that you can kind of try to tell where I am.
Which is actually, I'm kind of nerfing myself because I'm putting you in a place where I also know the most little about.
Cool, man. Thank you so much again, and I look forward to the adventure. All right, man. Take care. See ya. All right. Well, that is gonna be very exciting. I did expect it a little bit, to be honest, that he would find somewhere super remote. I thought it would be more like mountains. This is definitely a different challenge. It is very, very far from civilization. When I did the straight line mission, that was 20 kilometers. This is just 40 kilometers to the middle, and then I have to go back as well. I am not confident that I'm gonna make it. Not at all, but I'm gonna give it a try. After the call with RAINBOLT, I spent hours studying the map. As far as I could tell, there were 3 possible ways to reach the coordinates. Option A was the most obvious. Starting in Avtsi, it was almost a straight line across the plateau. It would mostly be hiking with just a handful of lakes and rivers to cross. But since I was bringing a pack raft anyway, I figured I might as well make the most of it. That's when I found option B. Starting in a town I still can't pronounce, Lapolapol or something, I could follow the river for the first 20 kilometers before continuing on foot. Then there was option C. It started near the Finnish border and was by far the longest route. But in theory, I could stay on the river for almost 60 kilometers, which sounded incredibly tempting. The problem was the river itself. After taking a closer look, it seemed to carry far too much water. There were several sections that looked like they could contain rapids or even drops that would be far too dangerous in a loaded pack raft. So in the end, option B felt like the best compromise. Shorter than option A, much more pack raft friendly and without the obvious risk of option C. But still, it would be a 120 kilometer round trip, which is crazy far. And it suddenly dawned on me just how extreme this was going to be. I knew I had to fully prepare, so with a few additional gear purchases, I packed my bag and started my journey up north. And after 18 long hours on the road and multiple reindeer sightings,
look at that reindeer.
I finally arrived at the closest road to the coordinates where my adventure would begin. So I am pretty sure that this is it. This is the river that I am gonna follow. I have the feeling that this is gonna be quite the adventure. I am really excited though, but I'm also a little bit nervous for this. I feel like I'm heading into the unknown. So I think the main dangers on this trip is something can happen with a pack raft. There could be drops, of course, getting lost. This is the most deserted place in Norway, which means it's one of the most deserted places in Europe. I'm very, very far from any help or cell phone connection. Other dangers is lightning. It's all relatively flat. There are bears in this area. There was a guy, he was attacked last year, I think. He was bit and they went out to try to kill the bear, but I think I read somewhere that they shot the wrong bear or something. So the bear that attacked that man is still out there. But of course, before I even set off, there was already a problem with my plan. So the original plan was to go with the pack raft from that river over there, but it's running the wrong way. So I've decided to put the pack raft on my backpack instead, use it later. The backpack is already 35 kilos, so with this, it's gonna be like 45. Oh, that's so heavy. Just one last, going through my head. Do I have everything? I think I have everything. There's always something you forget. You should always just make sure that that something you forget is not something important. But yeah, this is gonna be by far the longest hike I've ever done. For like 120 kilometers. There's gonna be a lot of this and all this swamp stuff. I mean, I'm gonna get my feet wet eventually anyway. So the thing about having wet feet is also that you're more prone to blisters. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am completely alone out here. It's not like I have a rescue team ready to help me. Even though I just covered the first few kilometers, it was only now that I was realizing how extreme this would be. 120 kilometers, that's the equivalent of 1,300 football fields or almost 3 marathons. And I wouldn't be traveling on a road or running track. This would all be over rugged wild terrain, not to mention with a 40 kilo backpack. I had only bought enough food and resources for about 6 days, so already I was becoming extremely doubtful whether or not this would even be possible. And just making the coordinates wasn't the only thing I had to worry about. So I'm actually wondering if this might be bear tracks. They look very similar to the ones we saw in Romania. You can see it here. Yeah, I think it's very unlikely that I actually meet any animals at all, but the moose is probably the most dangerous one out here. Look at this, a reindeer. We don't have that many animals that can kill a reindeer here though. We have wolverines here as well. They could probably kill one, and then a pack of wolves or a bear, obviously. So yeah, that could be bear tracks. You see how big that is? And then there's another one up here. So if it is, then hopefully it's not near. So this water looks very, very clean, and I was empty. I don't bring any extra water because I know there's going to be so much water on this trip. Although I gotta say, so far it's been a little bit less than I thought. I thought rivers like this would be everywhere, but there's a lot of still water. I would drink that if it was an emergency, but you should boil water that's like still. Even though it didn't look like it, being so far north that the sun never actually sets, the day was drawing to a close. I'd made pretty good progress, covering about 25 kilometers, but before I could pitch my tent for the night, there was one final challenge standing in my way. This is kind of dumb, but there's like 5 meters to the other side. Look, there's no way around it. I have to go over there. So I think I'm gonna have to use the pack raft. It's gonna take me like 20 minutes to blow it up, but it's not worth swimming over here. I don't have a waterproof backpack either, so I have no choice. It's gotta be the shortest pack raft in history. But it's so freaking deep here. Like it's maybe like 4 or 5 meters deep. Okay, so I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna find somewhere to put up my tent. When you're tired like this, you just want to find somewhere, but you'll always regret it if you don't find somewhere good. Look at all the mosquitoes now. They're big too. This hat is so worth the money though. It's only like 10 bucks or something, but it's really a lifesaver out here. All right, well, good night from the tent. See you guys tomorrow. If you've ever watched my videos before, you probably heard me talk about Saily. But recently, they've added a couple new features that I think are worth mentioning. You can now get a travel phone number through Saily. So if a hotel, restaurant app, or delivery service asks for your number while you're abroad, you can give them your Saily number instead of your personal one. And also now you can get an eSIM data plan for your cruise trip, so if you travel by sea, you can stay connected there as well. Apart from that, it's still the same eSIM that I've been using whenever I travel. You set up everything before you leave, and as soon as you land, you're connected. So no physical SIM cards, no hunting for phone shops, and it works in over 200 different destinations. So if you've got any trips planned, check out Saily using the link below and my code MAGNET. You now get 15% off your first Saily plan. Thank you, Saily, for sponsoring this video. And cheers. You know, this light green moss, in Norwegian we call it reindeer moss, and you can actually eat it. Probably so few calories that it's maybe not even worth eating it. This is definitely the highlight, always making coffee. I started day 2 feeling pretty fresh. I got good sleep and still didn't feel too fatigued. However, as I started to get further and further away from civilization, I started to encounter a new problem. It's easy to get lost though. Now I'm walking in a weird direction. Wait, I'm walking the completely wrong way now. Yeah, this is This is more the way. Why is there a lake down there though? That looks like a big swamp. I don't want to go through there. Why is this still showing that I'm going the wrong direction? I must have gotten completely lost up there. Because I'm still going the wrong direction. Being this remote, even my GPS was starting to have serious trouble figuring out where I was. Navigating on this expedition was not going to be as straightforward as I had expected. With no phone reception, getting lost out here would be really bad. I guess that I am moving the wrong way, so... But the GPS seems confused. For a while there, nothing made sense. Like, it felt like I was walking the opposite way. There's so many mosquitoes. Can't really stop. I've also swallowed a whole bunch of mosquitoes. It's not a great feeling, but a little bit of extra protein, I guess. I can't wait to get on the water. I just swallowed a mosquito. Found this cabin in the middle of nowhere. Looks like no one has been here for years. It's almost kind of creepy. There's a lot of empty bottles and stuff inside. But we're like 20 kilometers, about 20 kilometers in like a straight line to any civilization. So it's very remote out here. Should we peek in the window to see what it looks like inside? Dude, if there's anyone in there now, I'm gonna be so scared. It's like a homemade ladder up to the roof of the cabin. I'm like worried that I'm gonna go straight down through the roof. Look, that is the direction I'm heading. It's still so far though. Behind the mountains, you see. It's crazy to be here, and I haven't seen a single person. I mean, you're gonna say, oh, that's obvious, but there are a lot of hikers in Norway that you can, sometimes you see hikers at the weirdest places, but here there's not even been a trace of any humans. All right. Oh, this is nice. Dude. This is like being in Disneyland or something. I'm just gonna keep going for a little. Oh, there are some rocks sticking up, so I gotta be a little bit careful. Oh, now I can feel the rocks. I don't want to puncture this. As nice as it was to finally give my legs a break, I really had to be careful not to puncture the boat. There were tons of rivers and lakes I needed to cross, not just to get to the coordinates, but also to get back. And with the water being freezing cold and my backpack not being waterproof, a puncture would be pretty catastrophic. I'm a little bit afraid of all the vegetation sticking up. There could be some pointy ones puncturing the boat. Dude, anything to not have to get out of the boat. Whoa, look at this. It is like 2 meters, or 1.5 at least meters deep. It is crazy deep. Oh geez, it's getting more and more narrow. All right. Also, ChatGPT told me to be a little bit careful going down like this because I could surprise animals. So I'm gonna make a lot of noise, talking and stuff. Oh no. A tree, man. Okay, so I'm crossing the first lake. I can hear the pack raft is leaking a little bit. I can hear like a little whistle sound, but I think it's very slowly. Ooh, and the water is freezing, so having to swim to shore would be pretty dangerous. There's some clouds moving in now too. Hopefully it's not going to start raining. This is also somewhere you don't want to be when there's lightning. Being out on the ocean, you're the highest point. And if I got a puncture, the thing is I could not abandon my backpack either, because I would be dead out here without all my stuff. So I would have to make sure I saved not only myself but also my backpack. After crossing the 2 huge lakes, day 2 was coming to an end. It was time to leave the pack raft to pick it up on the way back. At over 10 kilos, there was absolutely no point of carrying it any further, because the rest of the journey had to be done by foot anyways. But this is where the mosquitoes started to get really bad. Ah, they get through, that's the thing. They bite me through my hat. I don't know if you can see that. My shoulder, it looks like it has fur on it. Try to drink some water. It's just so hard to do stuff when I'm getting swarmed by mosquitoes like this. Oh, I don't think that's going anywhere. Okay, this is gonna be my camp for tonight. I have water. I'm gonna try my luck fishing. Oh, I almost got it. Fucking hell, that was the one aggressive fish. I almost felt like it was a frog, but I think it was a fish, just the way it was jumping. Oh no, I went to the other side. That was a terrible throw. Oh, to the other side again. You know. Again to the other side. I say I shouldn't throw so far, and then I do the exact same thing again. If you want to watch someone who's good at fishing, you should watch another channel though. I'm an amateur. Up. There's a fish. Yeah, there we go. Woo! Hell yeah! Look at that, it's a big one too. Look at it. Holy crap! There's fish on the menu tonight. That's so cool. The tricky part is always getting all the bones out, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I know there's a technique where you go in around the back and just split it, but it's too advanced for me. I'm a beginner. And now this says chili, but I just made a salt and pepper mix. The funny thing is, I actually used to hate camping as a kid. I don't know if I had ADHD or not, but like I was all over the place. I wanted to do something like active, and being out, like hiking, didn't really do it for me. But as an adult though, as you can probably tell, I'm really appreciating this. Ooh, it looks delicious. Going to sleep, I felt pretty good with my progress so far. Reaching the coordinates the next day definitely didn't look impossible. But things were about to take a turn. I didn't sleep too well. Last night it was like super hot. You see the mosquitoes are waiting for me to get out. I feel so like deformed. My face is just like full of mosquito bites. But it's day 3 now. Hopefully this is gonna be the last day. Oh, the mosquitoes are just getting worse and worse. I talked to some locals and they said that the mosquitoes They really like it if it has rained, but they like the ground to be wet. So after rain, it's usually very bad. And a few days ago, I think it rained a lot. My ears have been feeling really numb. And I realized the reason is because since my ears are sticking out, they're in contact with the net, and the mosquitoes can just sit on the net and bite through the net. And that's why I put some duct tape on the outside to prevent the mosquitoes from biting my ears. I really feel it. My legs are so sore now though. After just an hour of walking, I was already not feeling good. It was way hotter than it had been the previous day, and I could feel the blisters forming on my feet, and the fatigue was really setting. I had severely underestimated how hard traveling this far with a 40-kilo backpack was. This was beginning to become one of the hardest challenges I had ever done, and I still had such a long way to go. The landscape was also way more barren out than I had expected, creating the most serious problem I had encountered so far. I've been looking for water now the last 2 hours. It's really hot. I have 0 in my bottle. Looks like there is a river in about 3 kilometers, but I've been like, I don't know, I don't want to risk it. I see these like little pots of water, but they look muddy and it doesn't look like a good idea to drink from them. So I am hoping that I get to a river now in a couple of kilometers, but man, I'm really thirsty. Didn't really think that was going to be a problem here. I was becoming seriously dehydrated. I could feel my brain slowing down, and even simple navigation was becoming difficult. I desperately needed to reach the river. What the f***? I've been walking in a circle. What the f***? I keep walking in circles, like okay, so it's that direction. Oh my goodness, I'm never gonna take water for granted ever again. With still quite a few kilometers to go, I pressed forwards. But with almost half of my supplies depleted, I realized I had to reach the coordinates today, or it would be unsafe to continue, as I wouldn't have enough food for the return journey, meaning I'd be forced to turn around, and all of this would be for nothing. So I pushed onwards. But this is where my body really started to feel the impact of everything I'd put it through. I did not feel good. Oh, I'm limping on both my feet right now. Moving so slowly. It's weird how it just came out of kind of nowhere. Felt good. 3-4 hours ago I felt really good, and then it just hit me. I'm moving so slow now. I'm only 1.5 kilometers from the coordinates, but I am feeling so empty right now. I haven't filmed much the last few hours because I've had no energy. And my legs are killing me. I get these cramps. Oh, yeah, this is a nightmare. It was enjoyable in the beginning. I enjoyed catching that fish as well. But today has not been enjoyable at all. The pain was becoming excruciating. I felt a huge urge to turn back around. But coming so far and being this close, I knew I just had to press on. I was now just a few kilometers away from the coordinates. I just had to dig deep and hope I could make it. It's the last stretch now. Maybe a kilometer, I'm not sure. Oh, my legs hurt so bad. Where the frick is it? It should be very close. I think I can see it now. Oh, that's so much further than I thought, but still. You chose some good coordinates. That is actually really beautiful. So, wow, look at that. Woo! Come on. Hell yeah. This is this exact location. This is pretty much the spot right here. This is what I've been staring at the map, wondering what the easiest way to get here is. And now I'm here. It took way more effort than I thought though to get here. This was not the end of my journey though, not at all. I was just so exhausted. I instantly got in my tent and slept. And it wasn't until the next day I realized how bad a state I was in. Dude, I'm in bad shape. Look at that. Completely swollen from all the mosquito bites. And my feet are looking really bad as well. I've never had blisters like this before. I don't know if you see that, but it actually hurts. Like it's so thick. And as usual, although I didn't know it yet, the most dangerous part of the trip was still to come. But before I could even get there was one more bad news. Okay, so I just realized I'd done a big freaking mistake. I've kept my GPS on the whole time, this new GPS thing I got. And it's supposed to have like 30 days of battery or something, but it's completely empty now. But yeah, it makes me a little bit worried about how to get back. 30% left on my watch. That has a compass, and my phone has a compass as well. So fingers crossed I'll be alright. The first thing I had to do to get back was to find my pack raft. But with the weather turning pretty bad and the rainfall getting worse and worse, I knew much of the terrain could become a lot harder to cover if I wasn't quick. Also, with the strong winds coming in, I was starting to worry if I'd done enough to secure my pack raft, or if it could have blown away. That would be really bad, as without the boat, crossing the huge lakes would be impossible. All I could do now was just to power through the pain and make it back to the pack raft as quick as I could. No. What the f***? It's even further up. It's too deep to cross too. Okay. To go up a bit. Okay. It's gonna be interesting to see if the pack raft is still there. Yup, it's still there. Now that I had the pack raft, all I had to do was cross the big lakes. Then make my way down the river I had intended to use in the beginning, and that would take me all the way back to the car. Oh, I'm so tired of paddling against the stream and the wind. I'm a little bit worried. I think I heard some thunders. And being out here, my head is the highest point on this water, so I'm gonna try to rush now, getting to shore. Look at this. You see, there's some dark clouds. Okay. I safely managed to make it across the lakes and connect back up with the river. From this point I started to relax a little, as I thought the journey was pretty much done and it would be plain sailing back to the car now. But I couldn't have been more wrong. Wow, look at that. It's 11:30. Oh man, look at that. I went around and I was sucked under by the, you can't really see it that well from here, but there's a lot of water. I was like, I had to get out of the pack raft and my bag and everything. Dude, that was very, very scary. I almost made it back. And of course, that's when something like that happens. Can't really see it from here, but it's a huge, huge wave. I need my pack raft though. Even though the drop didn't look that bad on camera, the force of it pulling me down was insane, as I struggled to save not only myself but also my heavy backpack. I finally managed to retrieve my pack raft after about half an hour of trying to pull it in with a long stick, but it had punctured, forcing me to continue by foot and fight all the pain of the blisters and the fatigue for just a little longer, as I knew I was now so close to civilization. So I just made it back to the car. Completely wet, all my stuff is wet. I've been up for 21 hours and now I'm here, so. And now the f***ing mosquitoes. I'm getting out of here. Hey, dude.
Dude, oh my god. I just finished watching it. Well, first I'd like to apologize. I didn't know like the depth of what you were really getting into out there.
No need to apologize. That was a fun adventure.
Dude, you told me when you were leaving, you were like, okay, I'm leaving tomorrow. Like, I'll text you when I get service, maybe. A day went by, I didn't get text. I'm like, okay, he doesn't have service. Like, I understand. 2 days went by. I'm like, okay, he's out there. But like day 4 or 5, like I was almost like reaching out to people you know, like because I was like actually worried for your safety. I'm like, oh my god, like I killed Magnus. No, when you text me back, dude, it was like the biggest stress relief of my life. Like, oh my god, I think I'd be safe. I'm like, oh my god, like I cannot believe I put him through this. Like everyone's gonna hate me. Like I'm sorry, bro. You're officially the person that has been in the most remote place in Norway. So that's quite the title.
Yeah, I guess so. So where would you, if we did something similar in the future, what country would you wanna do next?
Dude, I've thought about this. Dude, I would love to go to Nepal with you.
Nepal, okay. Yeah, that would be great. Like, so you would come next time. You would join yourself.
I love mountain climbing. I would go with you. But any high altitude in Nepal, you count me in on your next adventure.
Okay,
yeah.
Nice.
It'd be an honor.
Yeah. So if you guys want to see that next, you should drop a comment below.